All right, we're back for this like continual stream that just keeps going on and never ends. So I guess I'm just back to chitty chat, 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 with everyone. So yeah, I guess that's what I'm doing right now. I don't know who all is up at 2:27 in the morning, my time at least. I guess it's like three something. I guess I've been up for like 22 hours at this point. Yeah, because what time do I wake up? I wake up at 4:50. It's like 5 o'clock. So it's enough for, yeah, like 22, 21 and a half hours or something like that. I don't know how everybody feels about that, but that's how long we've been up. I guess I'll just start rambling about stuff I want to talk to until anybody like suggests a topic in the comments. Feel free to please like go in there and just like have at it. But basically, I'll just talk about like I'm so happy for like Cat's Eye, for instance. So Cat's Eye is like a girl group is like supposed to be like the first like big Western girl group in like since Fifth Harmony, which like I was not a Fifth Harmony person. The last girl group that I was like super into was probably Danity Kane was the last one that I was like really feeling and all of that. They definitely came back in with stuff, but like it's been that long since we've had like a legitimate like girl group and everything. So I'm like excited about that. And so I'm like super excited for Cat's Eye. They've gone and they're on their like Asia tour now, and they're like performing on all these like K-pop music shows and stuff that I've like watched all these other artists do, and I'm like so excited for them. I'm so happy. I'm like that fan that's like, yeah, you can do it, etc. Hearts, all of that fun stuff. And I don't know if they're like they obviously don't care, but like, I feel like I'm like supporting them and everything because I've been following since Dream Academy. So it feels like I'm like invested, like I'm a part of this like momentous occasion and everything. And I really hope they succeed because I love girl groups. Like I was say, like if I was ever I love to sing. I love to sing. I'll just point that out. I love to sing. It doesn't mean I'm like the best at it, but I'm decent, right? Like decent at it. And so like if I was ever gonna like, sing or something, I would love to be in like a girl group because I, it's weird because as much as I like argue and like not for like a sorority or something, 'cause I just feel like that's just too many women and you're paying to play for that type of thing. I do have like three others, like female siblings. And so I'm like kind of on board for this like girl power thing. And we would like do like 3LW songs and like perform them and like put on mini concerts and print out invitations to our parents when we were young for like the basement, the basement performance. Who hasn't done that, right? And so I'm like excited for that. And I would have loved to like be a part of something like that. But at this point, I'm like, that ship has sailed. We are like well past the age of doing that. So now I'm here and that's fun. But I love to like support other people doing what they want to do. And speaking of that, like I'm also like a BTS fan. So like RM releasing that song with Megan the Stallion this week. I'm in love. Cause he pulled out the big guns. He pulled out that like deep ass voice. And I'm like, I'm such a fangirl at heart that I'm like, yes, yes, let's flip and go. Um, so listening to him and Megan the Stallion, which I like really like her. And I'm like, if I was a celebrity, I feel like me and her would like relate and stuff because she's like in the anime and the K-pop, like not as much into K-pop, but she like respects that industry. And I'm like, me and her would like connect, especially considering the fact I just came back from like Dragon Con and stuff. And like, those are my people. I don't know how to explain that. Like during my regular life, when I tell people at work, like, yeah, I'm into anime, I'm into this or that, they look at me like I'm weird and they're like, what do you listen to? Like, what do you watch? Like, what is that? Like, They think I watch. I don't know what they're thinking, but it's like pretty weird as well. Hi, Samaya. How are you? Welcome to this like late night stream, at least for me. I don't know what time of the day it is for you, but like a late night stream for me. I took an energy drink to like be on for like our viewers when we were doing like Dead by Daylight and planning to be on at 9 p.m. And then had like so many technical difficulties and all that other stuff that I'm just like, I'm awake. I'm awake at this point. So like let's just keep going. I've been up for like 22 hours at this point, but like let's keep it going. Because I wake up early to like work out and stuff. So I did like a leg day. Uh Damn, at this point it's yesterday. At this point, I did a leg day yesterday where I like did the leg curls. I didn't do squats because I'm like, because I went to Dragon Con, I have like my hip hurt and also like my lower back and stuff. So I've been like trying to take it easy with that. So I've been doing like leg press, leg curls, deadlifts, which don't really affect your back or your hips in that manner, and also like unweighted lunges. So I've been doing that. And that's what I did. That's what I did. I guess about 25 hours ago or something like that. So here we are with that. Um well, thank you. Thank you for following. Thank you, Hassan Umar at 7712. Thank you. We appreciate. I say we. It's me right now. If you're just like new coming to this channel, etc. Basically, I have a lot of fun with like my friends and we typically play like a lot of like video games and stuff like that. And that's what this channel is really for. We started doing it during the panoramic when I was like, "Oh, we don't have time to spend together. Play with me, etc." And then it just like became a thing. And so now it's a thing. Now it's a thing and we play regularly on Sunday. I'm trying to make it more common to where we like play regularly on throughout the week. So like 3 times a week and stuff. But like right now, the only time that I can like guarantee you, right, is gonna be like Sunday. Sunday at like around 12 o'clock Central Time. I say around because we are on that CP time, aka Black people time. So we're not always on we're not always on right at, but it's usually like 15 minutes later, 15, 20 minutes later, like that. Because I'm always on that like that time, if you know what I mean. Um, which I had to adapt for work to actually be on time for something. It's a position. Okay, so like let me back that up. I used to work at a place where I did sales and I would do it like remotely almost. And so like I'm like in my territory when I wake up in the day. And then now I have to go to an office. I was struggling that first month. It was so hard. I am not like, oh, show up on time at like 7:30 in the morning. I was like, 7:30? I didn't even sign up for 7:30. I signed up for 8 a.m. And then as soon as I started, they were like, oh, actually, we're all gonna do this at 7 a.m. I was like, who signed y'all up for that crap? Because I'm not with it. I didn't ask to be with it. But like, I guess we hear. I see I keep hitting the camera. Let me stop. Cause now it's like the screen is like Baba lobbing. Bop, 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 bop. But yeah, so this is the late night me chit chat session. So if y'all have anything to say, feel free to leave a comment. I will respond. Um, I'm a normal human. I answer the comments. And if any of y'all like what's happening now and you also play video games, feel free to play with me and the crew, my friends on Sunday as well. Even it's Saturday. I'm still awake. What are we doing? Typically, this is like a community. I would say we're fostering a community here for like people who are bad at gaming but love it. You know what I mean? You don't have to be great at everything you enjoy doing. And that's what we're here for. We're not great at it, but we enjoy it. So we play regularly. And if there's any games y'all like to see us play, recommend them. comment and we will probably play them if they're especially crossplay because Mario got rid of his Xbox and has a PS5 now. So it makes it a little difficult for all of us to play a same game if he's on like a different console and everything. But you know, we try. We do our best over here. So yeah, welcome to the late night stream where we've had half an energy drink and I'm still awake. Half an energy drink and I'm still awake. I think I'm developing a sleep problem, honestly. Because the more I dive into this like social media thing, um, the less sleep I have, but then I also have to manage work. And right now I'm doing like a decent job, like juggling the both, but I think it ends up being a lot on people, which is why they like struggle with that type of thing. But you know, the social media thing does definitely not pay my bills. It does not pay my bills. So, you know, you still have to have like a regular 9 to 5 where I have a boss that like you know, I miss my old boss when I worked at a different location, but they didn't pay me like I worked for a different company before. They didn't pay me as much. So I left to this other company. And it turns out this manager is like cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, if we could say the least. And so there's always that like standoff because it's like I like they love to challenge me because then I'm not just gonna go along with what they say. So then we always have confrontation. You know what I mean? Like confrontation. And then there's always this other girl in the office who like chimes in to like back up management. And I'm like, girl, they don't even pay our commissions on time. Why are you doing this? It makes no sense. I never understand these people who are like 100% behind management and everything, like in a workplace setting. I know this is probably like super boring, but like I never understand those people who are like just like super behind management or just like, oh yes, yes, our manager is the best, and like la 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 la. Cause I'm like, these people do not care. They do not care about us at all. I'm just like somebody who brings in revenue to the company, and that's the only reason they like care that I exist at this point. And so I remember when I first started, I like this job. I like cry like the first 2 weeks I had started because I missed the old people I used to work with. And that's so funny because they were all like 50, 40s, all of that. Like they were way older than me. But like we got along so well. And I think that's something that you only learn when you start working in like corporate America and stuff like that is like having people who you like, what's the word for it? People that you like normally wouldn't talk to that become like your work BFF and you're like, oh, let me tell you something. So then there'll be like guys who are like 55 or something. You're like, oh, let me tell you the tea. Listen to the tea. Let me tell you about all this other stuff. As opposed to like, I started working for a company that had way lower like age bracket. So everybody was like actually around my age and like in their 20s and stuff and like early 30s. And I did not get along with them as well. And so like you would expect like, oh, we're closer in age. Like this will be like easy to like, you know, convert into. It's not easy. It is absolutely not easy. And nobody tells you that. And like you sometimes will get along way better with people who are like way older than you than people who are like your same age. So keep that in mind. That's a little life advice. Nobody was asking for it, but here it is. I'm giving it to you. It's free. Take the little tidbits as they come. But speaking of that, it does give me like more income, and I'm happy about that because then I get to go and do things that I actually want to do. Like, I'm gonna be going to Miami soon. I haven't been to Miami since I was like 14, 15 years old, and I'm like so excited for it. The last time I went, I got stung by like a jellyfish on my foot. Not great. Not great. But going forward, I'm excited to go to like the bars and the like club scene and stuff because that is not something we have there. So like I'm from Alabama. Like I don't know if you can hear that in my voice, but I am from Alabama. And going to like Miami, it feels like a whole new place. I've been in different places around the country, but like it's different. It's definitely different. Hi, Frosty Tickle Toes. Yo, yes, what's up? Welcome to this like late night, early morning stream. Why I'm up, no one knows. But I'm happy you're here with me. So we can keep talking about stuff. So, yeah, basically going to like Miami, I'm like super excited for. It's definitely a a pace change from being in Alabama, which is like a way slower paced place. And it's like way more homogenous, even because it's like mainly black people and white people like that live here. And you have like a Latino population, but it's like 4% of the population. It's like not that many people. So, and everybody's sort of like on the same wavelength here. And so like going to Miami gets to like a whole different vibe and I'm like super excited for it. I'm like, I need to start picking out my outfits and stuff. And I need to like, upgrade my wardrobe because I usually don't wear stuff that's like kind of revealing. But I feel like Miami is that place to try and like push myself to like actually give it a go. Cause yeah. Oh, thank you. Love the energy and definitely hear the accent. Okay, it's coming through. It's so funny because when I go to other places, everybody's like, I hear the accent. Like, I can definitely tell that you're from Alabama. But when I'm here, people are like, where are you from? You're not from here. Your family's not from here. Why do you sound like this? They think I sound northern. Can you believe that? Like, they're like, you don't sound like you're from here. You sound like you're from up north. Um, they think I'm from like Ohio or something like that. And I'm like, no, I've lived here my like entire life. Um, so it's always interesting to go to other places. And I feel like when I go to like different places, like for instance, Caitlin, who's also a part of this channel, when I went to her like wedding, what the flip? Her wedding ceremony. We'll go with that. When I went to her like her wedding ceremony, uh, and I was talking to people, they were like, "Why don't you move to Dallas, etc." And I was like, I actually like it here, but like, it's definitely different. It's definitely a different vibe than other places in the country, and it's definitely slower pace. And like I recently just went to Atlanta, which isn't far from here at all, but like I went to Atlanta and it's things are open way later. Like things here close at like 12. And things in Atlanta close at like 4. So it's like a different energy, if you will. And I definitely like Atlanta, but like sometimes it's harder being in a like city like that because I feel like there's a lot more dangers that I run into that I don't normally get being here. And so it's just something I like have to deal with when I go to different cities. But I would say like my home away from home is probably like Chicago. That sounds crazy, but if you like compare the two, they're actually pretty similar in terms of like how do I say this? I wouldn't even say demographics, but in terms of like vibes, like I like it. It's like an elevated Alabama. So like I love Chicago. I would love to go there this year. I've gone in the past for like Lollapalooza and not for Lollapalooza and just like on family trips, etc. And I absolutely love it. I think it's one of the most underrated cities in America. And it's like if it did not get cold there, I would go live there. I would absolutely go live there. 100%. Like everybody's like on the like with it being up north, it's Midwest though. So it's not like as abrasive as somewhere like New York. Like I've been in New York and people are like, everybody talks about like New Yorkers, but they're nice. They're nice. They're like strong in their accent. So you'll like ask them a question and be like, hey, do you know if the bus comes here? And they'll be like, I don't know, but it usually comes at this time. And you're like, oh, okay, thanks. And like, they're, um, they're definitely like a different type of people. But like I like it. They're nice. They stop when you try and cross the road and stuff. I'm like, nobody told me that. I enjoy it. Them New Jersey people, like I stayed in like when I visited New York this past like winter and around like New Year's and stuff. I visited New Jersey. It's like where I was staying and stuff. And people were so nice. I will say though, New Jersey has the most disgusting public transit in this country that I have experienced. I have been in San Francisco. I have been in New York. I have been in Chicago. I have been in Atlanta. I have been in multiple cities around this country, and they have the worst public transit. I'm just gonna, in terms of like smell, it smells like I was smelling things that have been there since 1975, and I cannot get over it. Um, but besides that, it functioned. It functioned at least. But yeah, New Jersey, New Jersey. I recently went to Atlanta. I took Marta. Marta's app does not work. FYI, sometimes. Don't know why that's a thing. MARTA doesn't work all the time, but it was one of the cleanest stations I've been in, and like actual trains that I've been in, like subways. It was one of the cleanest. And so like Atlanta at least has that. We'll say that. Yay, South. A win for the South. Yay, 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 yay. We'll take a win when we can get it. That's what I'll say. Um, yeah, I'm for those who don't know, I'm like a big public transit advocate. I haven't played City Skylines on the channel in so long. 5 points is always clean. Hey, 5 points. You mean like 5 points? 5 points south? 5 points. 5 points west? Are you talking about Birmingham? Where are you talking about? What do you mean? Brown Fam 7? What do you mean by 5 points? Because when you say 5 points, I'm thinking like 5 points south. There's also 5 points west, but that's like a bang, 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 bang type of place in Birmingham. So I would not be there at this time of night. I'll say that. I would not be there at this time of night. When the sun starts going down, I leave because it like for those who don't know, downtown Atlanta Transit. Ah, I got you. Okay, that's what you meant. I got what you meant. 5 points. Okay, so help me out. If you're an Atlanta native, so I was around where the Hooters is downtown, like where the West End and the like hotel district and like near the stadium and the aquarium and all of that. I was near where all of that is. Is that what 5 points is in Atlanta? Is that what that means? Please let me know. I've also been on the underground, but that was like I've been to the underground. That was like 10 years ago. 10, 15 years ago, the last time I went to the underground. And I would get those like spray on tattoos because I have like zero tattoos. I have piercings like my nose. I don't know if you can see that. It doesn't really show up on camera. Um, yes, that's the station. Oh, okay, cool beans. Yeah, it's very clean. I liked it. It has that like rock work and stuff, and it's like almost like they carved it out of a mountain and things. And I found that so cute. It's so adorable, and it's so clean. And I'm like, yes, this is what like North American transit could be. I know nobody gives a fuck about transit, but I care. And I was just like, ugh, I don't like driving. I always find jobs where I have to drive. And how I always explain it to people who like love to drive is like, hey, if you could make transit more plausible for more people, they would get out of your way and they would not be on the roadway. Think about that. If you didn't think about anything else, think about that. And so, like, I'm always an advocate. I think this sort of like me caring about public transit thing started when I went to college. So, like, I went to the University of Alabama, Roll Tide. I'm so excited. We playing Wisconsin tomorrow. I'm gonna be watching that game. It's at like 11. How am I gonna make it and stay up for like another like few hours to watch the game? I don't know. But we're gonna make it happen. And so I went to Alabama, and like on campus they have the buses and stuff, and then you have to stay on campus as a freshman your first year. And then it was like that whole small community thing of like having the bus take me to the grocery store, which is Publix, and then take me to class, and then coming back to like my apartment, taking me to like the athletic facilities. Cause like when I was a freshman, I was like on the track team at college. And so like going and doing all of that made me more of like a public transit advocate in like 15-minute cities because it's ooh, excuse me. It is so nice and you don't even notice it until you've like experienced it. And so like now I'm like, let's go. And I was one of those people that downloaded City Skylines before it came out. I swear that game was like $15 and I like bought it or something and it was I still play that over like City Skylines 2, which is like a whole nother conversation. City Skylines 2 disappointed me so much. I'm talking about going back and like trying it over again because apparently they've made updates and stuff. But I was just like, I don't know. I don't know. I love the first one. The second one was giving me bad vibes. It was not as enjoyable as the first. And it's hard to pinpoint on like a city builder game, like what makes it amazing and what makes it not amazing. But it's almost like a vibe. And when you play City Skylines 2, it's just not the same vibe as City Skylines 1. And I know they've changed the game mechanics and a lot of other stuff, but like that's to be expected, right? Like you're supposed to be improving the game, but it feels like they improved mechanics, but took away in terms of the gameplay. And it's hard to like quantify what exactly changed that like made me feel some type of way differently. But I'm just like not as big of a fan of that. And I wish they would take it back to what it was before. I don't know. Maybe I'm like wishing for too many things, but yeah. Okay. I thought I had my like chat box up, but apparently it's not up. Um All right, Dean Tor, what would you do if every male in the world shrunk to ant size? Okay, I guess what I would do two different things. Two different things. Number one, I'd probably have to go with females. Like it's, I mean, like there's no man around, so like my boyfriend is like the size of like a ant or something, or like there's no men to talk to, etc. So I'd have to go with women. And then on top of that, I'd have to like so like for those who don't know, I have like a not used my degree, but I have like a engineering background in terms of that. So then I have to figure out a way to like shrink them back up. I figure it would be some sort of like molecular manipulation type of thing. I don't even know how you would go about that, but I would study for it to try and like restore everything. Because if you look at like frogs, I'm sorry, this is so fucking random. If you look at frogs, I think it's like certain female frogs, when not in the presence of a male, can like inseminate themselves, and that's like it's so interesting. And so I wonder if women would be able to do that without the presence of a male to like procreate with. If there's no men, what do you do? Because if you think about it, XX, and then you take away like one leg of an X and it's a Y chromosome, so it's like XY. That's just so weird to me. What would you do if a bunch of these ant-sized men tried to attack you? Oh, I'd light them on fire. Like for real. Like if a bunch of ant-sized men tried to attack me, I'd be like, oh no, we're pulling out the blowtorch. Like it's done with. It's over with. You're not coming for me. Um because I've seen what like full size men could do. And so like ant-sized men, I've seen what Ant-Man can do. I've watched the Marvel movies, okay? I have watched videos about the comics. So I know what Ant Man can do. And I'm like, not here for it. Like, you're not about to crawl up into me and like burst me from the inside. I've also watched like The Boys, that too. Love The Boys. It's great. I haven't finished this newest season. I still haven't finished it and everything, but I will finish it and then I will be able to give you an exact answer on what I feel about it. But I do love The Boys. It's very gruesome. I'm not one of these people that likes gore or any type of like blowing up and stuff, but the story is so good. I kind of just like, whenever that stuff happens, same way where like, I'll say the anime that cemented me into being like an anime fan was like Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan was like the one. And so like um what did I say? What was I trying to say? This is one of those times where my brain has like stopped functioning. So like when Attack on Titan happened, I would just like cover my eyes because of the gore and stuff and like eating people and all of that. But it definitely had me intrigued, had me interested. I was like, I used to have like a fan page thing that had like Mikasa as well as like what's her what's her name? Scarlet from Fairy Tale. What's her name? Urza Scarlet from Fairy Tale. I had like a combined name of the two of them. It's so embarrassing. That's why I'd probably do anything you say. You'd be so much bigger than me. LOL. Okay. We love that. Yes, Dean Tor. That's why I'd probably do anything you say. You'd be so much bigger than me. LOL. That's what you have to do. Okay, Brown Fam 7. Yes, asexually. It's your mind dot mo chat and you five. Thank you. I appreciate the support. At this point, I'm like a one woman show, and I usually run this channel with like three of my friends. So being a one woman show at this point, I'm the only one that's still awake. Because I took an energy drink and I can't go to sleep at this point now. So we're just like powering through. It's a wrap. It's a wrap around here. Um, I appreciate the support. I'm gonna tell them, I'm gonna be like, hey, y'all missed the like best chat while y'all was like sleeping. Should have stayed awake. Should have stayed awake. But yeah, you can't like make math the like bigger entity. You know what I mean? Like if you're over here making like giants, not to be like a One Piece reference, but like a One Piece reference. If you were over here to make like the giants land mad, like what are you gonna do when they like step on you and shit? Like, did anybody think about that? Obviously not. Obviously not. So that's definitely a problem. And like that on that like asexuality note, there is not enough like there's SpongeBob, obviously, and I feel like SpongeBob is definitely like the banner holder for like asexuality characters and stuff. But I don't feel like there's enough like room, like enough attention to that type of character and stuff. And like I'm the type of person that like if I watch a show, a movie, etc., and I'm like super engrossed in it, I'm gonna immediately go and read the fan fiction of it. And something I absolutely love with fan fiction is when they like make me care about something that I didn't care about before. So like I'm also like a Hunter x Hunter fan, right? Which is like an anime or whatever. And there are two characters that don't really interact like that. They're not like close or anything. But there was like one fan fiction that made me so invested in two of these characters being together. I was like, I ride or die. This is it for me. I'm like here for it. I'm like, let's go. And I always love when that can happen and like anybody can write something that makes me like change my opinion on something and like really be invested in like a world that I love and adore and like get more of it. So like I'll go and I'll read the fan fiction and I'm just like I love fan fiction writers and it's a world, it's a vibe, but it keeps the story going for me. So like something like I recently watched was like Challengers. I cannot say I love it is at this point my favorite movie of the year. I've watched a lot of movies. I am an AMC like A-lister, and so like I will go and see like multiple movies a month. And Challengers is still my favorite, even over Doom 2, even over Deadpool and Wolverine, even over like all these other movies. It's still my favorite. King Freeman. SpongeBob gets all the underwater holes. Yes, he does. He be attracting them and he don't even notice. And I'm just like, I can kind of relate to that. Cause there's like certain guys where you're like, yeah, we could like, hang or something like that. And it's just like they do not recognize at all. And they're just like not picking up what you're trying to say. Like, hey, like I want to hang out with you. Nothing. Like they're like, as friends is basically what they're picking up. And I'm like, like, romantic, romantic partner. It's not just like as friends. So, and I remember there was this one guy when I was in like high school. There's this one guy. He was like very attractive. I thought he was like super attractive, and he was like very like he was not picking it up at all. And he was like very like he was not confident in his looks and stuff. And I was like, how? He's like super attractive type of person. But I guess some people just like I don't know, they've never had that internal self-esteem booster or they've never had somebody else like, you know, fluff them, fluff them up, give them a like self-esteem boost or something. And so they like really don't think about it. Bro, his outro song in the movie is called Squeeze Me. What do you think he means by that? Squeezing can mean a lot of things like give me a hug, give me a squeeze, give me a tug a tug tug. Who knows? Who knows what that means? It can mean a lot of different things, but LMAO, yes. Some people just really are oblivious. And it'd be so hard for the rest of us who are like not oblivious and trying to like link up, link up, etc. So that's a thing. Um, what else was I talking about earlier outside of my like transit? Oh, back to my like I would say back to my like fan fiction thing, but no, I say I'm still like I'll bring this up because not everybody here was in the beginning. I'm still excited about the like cat's eyes. They're my girls. My cat's eye like group going to like Asia and like they're in Korea right now, and I'm like super excited for it. And I love this group, and I hope they succeed. And sometimes it's so weird being in like what do I say? Like parasocial relationships with people, but like I guess so. Parasocial relationships with people. Being in those where do you consider that parasocial or just like I support you and I want the best for you? What is that classified as? Because there's like a lot of celebrities where like or certain people where I'm like, yeah, like I feel for them and I hope they succeed in life and I hope the best things come to them and I'm here for it and I will support them in my own capacity throughout their like journey to like success and everything. So like I don't know what you call that, but I feel like there's a lot of people where I feel that way about it. King Freeman is tricky. It is tricky. It's like what do you consider that? Cuz some people it's like parasocial and then for some people it's just like, you know, etc. Brown Fam 7, I got to see it. And thank you Lil Ant 21 for the flowers. We love a flower. Cuz my name is Jasmine for those who don't know. I am Jasmine and so like my name is a flower. It's I've had a jasmine like plant before, but it's sort of like a vine and it's like it goes everywhere and I live in an apartment right now. So having like a vine on the back, I don't know, because I do have a palm tree back there. I have a lot of plants. I like to garden. Okay, let's address this. I feel like I've sort of surpassed the like certain points in my life to now where I'm like, oh, let's do old people hobbies. Let's garden. It's fun. Let's do it. So I'll go buy like these plants now that it's fall. They're coming out with like the mums and the like other, fall plant. And so I'm trying to like I come across them and I just want to like buy them and I want to put them outside and I just want to water. I love the I see them anytime I go to like Home Depot, Lowe's, etc. And I'm just like a kid in a candy store because I'm like I want to buy them. I want to buy them and I want to tend to them. The ones that I struggle with the most is the indoor plants. Like right now, I have an indoor plant that's like it's a money tree, is what it's called, and it's supposed to be super easy to grow. But I am struggling because I used to have it like closer to the window. It cannot get light, and it can really not get light. The Alabama sun is cooking this thing. Like it was getting cooked. So like I moved it away from the like uh which I say the only thing worse than that is the like Texas sun because I've been to Texas in the middle of summer in August and it sucks. Is all I'll say. It's not as it's not as like humid as like Alabama is, because Alabama is like super humid. If you ever come here, you as soon as you step outside, you'll be like, oh, I need a shower. Be out there for 5 minutes. You will need a shower. But it's it's like they're burning your skin off. And now, like, if you everybody's seen Toy Story where they like use the magnifying glass and like pinpoint it to like a one spot, I feel like that's happening to all of my skin when I am there at once. And so it's just like it's not the thing. Um okay, I'm not reading that one off. Uh, let's see. King Freeman. I like sunlight when I'm outside, but not when I'm inside. I don't know why it reminds me of early morning school days. At this point, sometimes I get a little bit of nostalgia for like early morning school days, and I have to remind myself I fucking hated that shit. And because I'll like sit there and I'll be like, oh, this reminds me when I would get up and I would like have to catch the bus and go to school, etc. And then I'm just like, girl, you hated that crap. Why are you even doing this? By the time I was in high school, though, I had like early morning basketball practice. So that wasn't even like a thing. But like, especially with the hurricane that's coming around over here right now, excuse me. Okay, now we're good. There was like, when I was like super young, there was like this hurricane. It was called Hurricane Ivan that came through Alabama and everything. And like it cut out the power and everything for like 3 days and stuff, even as far inland as like Birmingham and stuff. And so like I don't know, this weather does remind me of school. It reminds me of school, and it reminds me of like nostalgia, and it reminds me of the time when there was more hope. I want to say, feel like the biggest thing is like when you were in school and I was like younger, is that like it seemed like the adults knew what they were doing. Like you're like, oh, the people in Congress, you're like senator, your governor, etc. They all knew what they were doing. At this point in my life, I like actually meet with like city officials and stuff like that, and they're just regular people. They're just regular people at the end of the day. And so, like, it gives you a little peek behind the curtain, and it's just like, we are not that far off from complete disorganization, I guess you could say. Complete disorganization. And, you lose a little bit of your, like, happiness, innocence, whatever you want to call it, like, excitement for life throughout that. But I feel like I still try and keep it. I still try and keep it. I still try and like, like let's get excited for things. And people looking at me like I'm crazy, but I try and keep it going. But you definitely lose a little bit of that over time. And it's just like is what it is, and there's nothing you can do about it. But like, you try. You try and keep it going. Try and make things as positive possible, like because eventually I'll be like married and have kids and stuff like that, and I would love to like instill in them like a joy and a wonder for life and that type of thing. So like hopefully I can keep it going. Darth Gamer Barek, woo, positive. Yes, positivity. I'm trying. I really am. Talking to my like the okay, so the last time I saw my counselor was like 8 years ago, something like that. And they were like, I'm a cynic, but I'm a realist at the same time. So I'm very self aware, is what they said. So I am aware of like my mental headspace, etc. And I think I have a decent mental headspace right now, which is like good. So we're gonna keep the positivity and the momentum and looking for the bright side and like what's going good in my life versus like let's not fixate on the shit that's going bad and let's fixate on stuff that's going good. I'm doing good in work. I'm doing good like here in the like I guess social media space talking to you guys, and I need more friends like in the real world, but we're gonna work on that. We're gonna work on that. King Freeman, something about the bright but also cold and headache inducing environment of school morning sucks. It really does. it's how do I quantify it? Um, I think what I used to hate the most was like just being stuck somewhere. Like not having a say on your life really bothered me the most. I remember when I was like in high school, I was looking into like early enrollment options for college because I was like, I need to get out of here. I cannot be here for this long. Because for instance, my mother and me, she loves me, but like me and her are two different people, which caused a lot of like this in high school. And I was just like so ready to get done with it. I was like, I gotta go. I gotta get out of this shit. I'm like, and so I was like really looking into like early enrollment options and stuff. And I used to hate the mornings, especially when I was in like elementary school. So my mother would come in and she would like yell and like jar me awake, like shake the living daylights out of me. And I was just like, F no. Darth Gamer Barek, still too soon. Still too soon. Yeah. Um, Thinking back on that, I'm like, we could have let that go. But I literally I went and got like an alarm clock for myself. I went and got an alarm clock and set it to my time. And it took like two, three times for her to get the idea that like, hey, I'm waking myself up. I can't deal with this. Like it's just too much. I'd rather get woken up by an alarm clock than have you come in here and like basically assault me awake in the morning. It's just too much. I'm like, come on now. We need to like chillax. Chillax. Aw, Momo. Y'all, I have a cat named Momo. She's adorable. But she was just like just up against my leg and now she's on the chair in front of me. I wish I could like bring her up and just be like, this is my baby. She's adorable. She's absolutely adorable. Isn't that right, Momo? Why she's so cute? She's like 10 years old. She's just like super cute. Okay, King Freeman. Yeah, the worst is when you just want to sleep, but you have to go to school. So I used to get like 4 to 6 hours of sleep at night when I went to school. What would happen is I would end up going to school. I would get into class number one, and then I would go to sleep. I was just like, I'm going to sleep. I don't have time for this. I need to get my sleep in for the day. Because then they would give you like 2 hours of homework for school at the end of the day. So it was like, I can't stay awake during this time. And I would just go to sleep and I would get the notes from somebody else. And I was just one of those people that was like good at like studying enough to take the test. So I was studying enough to take the test and do really well on the test. So I didn't have to stay awake during class because I would just go straight to flipping sleep. 7:30, I'm dropping out of uni. Depending on what your reason is, good on you. Because I will say this, I went to college, but not college is not for everybody. It really is not. And I hate this idea that we're just gonna like push people to go to college and it's like not their cup of tea. I've been here for like 3 weeks. 3 weeks? You're already decided you're leaving? Well, I would say stick it out. I would say stick it out to like what is it? Stick it out to oh fucking why is my mind blanking? Until you have to withdraw because then you don't have to pay for that. So I would like stick it out and just like see if your feelings change on it maybe. And if they don't, then like yeah, withdraw. What's your Instagram? Oh, it's at gaming underscore the number four dummies. That is the Instagram. I usually put it in most videos. I don't think I have it in this video, but like I don't think I put it up in there. My whole life has been structured to become a bot. It really flipping is. That is one thing I flipping hate about school is that it's like it's structured to make you like a cog within the system. And what I got out of college was that it's like to think for yourself. Think for yourself and like be your own person and like determine your own trajectory within life outside of like what they're trying to set for you. Excuse me, because I went to college for one thing, and I do not do that thing at all. I went to college for engineering. I was like, surely, if I'm going to college for an engineering degree, that's like that is going to have pay me dividends. And I ended up like when I got out of school, like nobody was hiring, and then I ended up getting into sales, and now I do sales. It's it's completely different. So, if that's not what you're for, 7:30, fuck that. You feel me? I'm with you. I'm with you. Like that shit fucking sucks. Cause then when I was in school, like when I first started, so like I'm ADHD, y'all. I don't know if you can pick up on that, but I'm like ADHD. And I've been taking medication for the longest. And then like with the like NCAA and stuff, like especially when they had more of the like there was no like what is it? Like name, image, likeness. There was no NIL. There was no NIL when I was in school. And and so like I had to go off of my medication so I could get like recertified through like NCAA regulations and stuff. And so like I would fall asleep regularly and I had to take naps throughout the day because the thing with my medication is that it made me like it's like a bunch of caffeine almost. It's like a stimulant. And so I wasn't getting that anymore. So I would regularly fall asleep during world like what is it? World geography, human geography, whatever it was. I was falling asleep. I ain't got time for this. Yeah, you seem pretty chill. Thank you. I think I'm a chill person sometimes. Yeah, college isn't for some people, but it's funny to see kids who are just lazy and don't do work say, I'm going to trade school, as if you don't need good grades to go to trade school. Have G and good night, babes. Oh, thank you. Thank you for the good night. Yeah, a lot of people say that, like, oh, I'm just going to go to trade school. Like, you don't have to work hard for that. You think it's easy to just sit there, like to be certified to be a welder or to be a plumber or to be an electrician? That actually takes time and effort, and you have to study for that study stuff and actually be able to pass the regulations. Also, says Garo 1010. Thank you for the smiley face. And oh my soul, yes. I don't know what that was quite in reference to, but thank you. um, but yeah, so many people will be like, "Oh, forget school, blah 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 blah. I'm going to trade school." Trade school is like you actually have to learn the trade. Like you can't just like show up there and be like, "Oh, I'm done. I'm not doing this no more," etc. etc. Like you actually have to be on it. So that's definitely a thing. Some people don't take stuff seriously, and they need to definitely start taking things seriously. Um, but I don't think school for is for everyone, and that's like okay. Like you don't have to go to school. You can figure out like you don't have to go to like a 4-year college or something. You could figure out a trade, or you can figure out like something else that you could do with your life and go straight to school. I will say, like the company I work for right now, there's certain positions that you have to actually have a degree to have, even though you don't need a degree to do the job. If you know what that means. Like, so some of these companies still have like old fossil requirements of like, oh, you must have a college degree to do this job. But you don't actually need to have gone to college to be able to do it. But so that's something else I would like look into and stuff. So if you're trying to do something completely off the beam path, then like go ahead, let it go. Um, because college is so expensive right now. Like it's so expensive, and then you end up with those like I went to a state school because I went to Alabama. Roll Tide, roll Tide. Don't know if y'all are like LSU fans or something, Ohio State fans. But I went to Alabama and I feel like I got a lot out of it at least. I definitely needed to go to more parties when I was in school. My dad would regularly call me and he'd be like, "Yeah, you need to go out. You need to go like live your life." That's something I wish I did. Like once I got out, I was like, "Oh, let me go do this. Let me go party now." And nobody's trying to party when you're like out of college at that point. Like, girl, no. Like, what are you doing? Um, okay, Keith Freeman. I'm trying to go to college for finance, like bank jobs, but it's hard to get good grades when there's that one class that has the hating teacher. Oh my! Don't even get me started. Okay, so like I am really good at math. I am good at math. I am good at math. And I remember I had this one professor where I had a like calculus 2 class. When I tell you the class average was like 45. 45. Okay. I had like a below average. I was like, I'm not bad at math. I'm really good at it. And it's like if you have that one teacher that F's shit up, you're like screwed. So like I had to like basically withdraw from that class, take it at the community college down the street, which was like Shelton Community College in Tuscaloosa. And I got like an A minus there. I was like, I don't even think it was an A minus. It was probably like an A. Just like a 95. It was good. And I was like, see what this is? There's just one person trying to screw me over because I promise you, I actually know what I'm doing and I'm like good at this. And then you have that one professor who's just like trying to screw you over out of this stuff. I'm trying to go to college. Yeah. Yeah. I remember also I was in high school. I had filled out one portion of a test and I had like a pre-calculus teacher or whatever, and they didn't see that other section. And so like there was this whole thing, like if you had an 85 or above, you didn't have to like take the final exam as a senior and you could just like deuces be out. And I was still in there and I was like, oh my God, this is so terrible. It was a pre-AP pre-calculus class. And I was like, the guy marked my homework as 0, even though I would do like 75% of it. I just like I was like, what's the point? If I got the ideas, I got the principles, etc., I don't need to do the rest of it. And he would mark it as a 0 because he hated me. And I went and took him up to the paper. I was like, hey, like I think you missed this section over here. Because he had us like editing and looking over our like papers for the entire semester to be able to take the final. And sure enough, he missed the bonus section. He looked it over, told me I got that stuff like enough points to be right to where that one test changed my grade to where I did not have to take the final. And I was like, bye. Y'all ain't never seeing me again. Ha ha ha. Deuces. King Freeman. 45 is barely double digits. I'm telling you, this man had us all out here failing. I was like, make it make sense. How do I have an A in every other math class before this one? And then this one, I'm just like 45. I think I had like a 38 because the class average was 45 and I think I had like a 38. I was like, how? How? I am not that bad. You know, I can't do mental math, but like if you give me a calculator, I can figure it out. All the answers, any of the answers. You give me a calculator, I can make it all happen. So I'd be on point with the calculator. For those who know what that is. A calculator. I'm trying to think. So yeah, I haven't been drinking on this stream, but like as soon as we got off, I'll talk about this. So like this is the Dick's cup. I got it from Panama City Beach. I don't know if you can see it. Panama Panama City Beach. And I'll say the first time I saw it was out actually in Gatlinburg. Something about me is I actually like to go like nature trail hiking type of thing, even though Gatlinburg has a bunch of bears, like actual bears. Like I saw the bears. And if I were to face them on a trail, I really don't know how I would react. But I did like whitewater rafting on the Ocoee River. That one was super fun. I did that when I was like 16 with my like other basketball girls. That was like so fun. That was one of my favorite trips. Like while I was in like high school, it's like going to the Ocoee and whitewater rafting and then doing zip line over there as well. That was like super fun. I do like to zip line and stuff like now. So, Caitlin, who's also on this channel, I remember when I was like, girl, it's going to be so fun. We're going to go. Because we worked at the same place once upon a time. And we went to Gatlinburg together for this like work trip or whatever. And they had like books like whitewater rafting, which was not on the Ecoa. It was way less intense and everything. And Caitlin was like super scared. And I was like, girl, we're getting on this. It's going to be fun. And sure enough, she had the time of her life. I'd be like, not to be that person, but like sometimes the white people activities be fun. I feel like, that was a good idea. That one was a good idea. I like that one. We're gonna make this a thing. For instance, like pumpkin bread. So like it's that time of year. I like making pumpkin bread. Anytime I bring it to like the cookout or like anybody's like family gathering and stuff, they're like, "What's that?" And I'm like, "Pumpkin bread." And they're like, "What the is that?" And I'm like, "You should try it. You should definitely try it." And everyone's grandma be into the pumpkin bread. And I'd be like, "See, I got that from different folks, from different strokes. And it's delicious, actually." Um, User 7. You're very beautiful. Thank you. I love a compliment. I'll take a good compliment any day. King Freeman, bro, I've killed a goose going hiking with my friends. I don't know why people think they're so scary. You killed a goose? Like you like shot it? I only have like a pistol. Yeah. Like I only have a pistol for me. Did you shoot it with like a pistol or like did you have a shotgun? Were you going to go like ski shooting or something? Or did you just like break its neck? Like how did you you know what? Don't go into graphic detail for me. But like how did this happen? But I do sometimes get scared of geese, not gonna lie. Not gonna lie, I do sometimes get scared of geese. It's just like a thing for me. Some of these animals be scary, at least for my opinion. Um, okay, Valiana. I'd love to try some pumpkin bread on my life. Pumpkin bread is so flipping good. Do not get the box one. You could get box brownies and they taste okay. Do not get box pumpkin bread. It does not do it justice. I do the once upon a time pumpkin bread recipe that you like. It's like the first one you look up on Google, and it is so good when you get ready to like make pumpkin bread. It is delicious. I love it. It's one of my favorite like pastries and desserts to go to because for instance for me, I break out. You could probably see it right now. I break out from like chocolate and stuff. And I made some like brownies recently and like obviously I'm going to eat them. So now I've like broken out in like acne because of the darn chocolate and my like skin being like my body reacts very strongly to chocolate. No, I just threw it. You threw the bird? You threw a goose. How do you throw a goose? Just like, yeah, yeah. I don't know how someone would throw that. How do you throw it and then like end it for it? You know what I mean? Like, how is that a thing? I'm very curious about this. I get curious about a lot of things though. Yeah, you could definitely say I'm curious about a lot of things. Like I'll randomly get on YouTube and like look up stuff about like some random village in China. How that's gonna help me at some point in life, I don't know. Sometimes these random facts that I look up do actually become a thing at some point. And then I'm like, oh my God, it's so great that I can talk to somebody about this for once. And that's the best part about being in sales is that I meet so many different people all the time that I can like sit there and bring up like random topics and like hopefully they're into the random topics that I bring up. Um, okay, King Freeman, grab the neck and swing it. Oh my God, that seems aggressive. I mean, apparently I am aggressive to like one customer. There was one customer that thought I was like very aggressive, but whatever. Um, but I don't think I'm like super aggressive or anything like that. Um, Valiana, you're really funny girl and you're really, really pretty. Oh my God, thank I appreciate that. Thank you so much. That makes me that makes me feel really good. I love a good compliment, you know? And a good compliment makes your day. Or I guess what time is it now? 3:31. Y'all, I have been up for 23 hours. 23 hours straight. What am I doing? Why am I still awake? Okay, I'll tell y'all. So we were doing that like stream for Dead by Daylight at 9 o'clock tonight, and like long story short, all the technical difficulties happened. So we ended up getting on way later than we normally do. And then I ended up taking an energy drink to like stay awake. And so now I'm still awake. 23 hours and I'm still awake. Lexi Gray 91. Hey, I'm a cosmetology student. I was wondering whether you had a favorite treatment to get at the salon, skin, nails, hair, etc. Gosh, what is my favorite? Nails. Yeah, it has to be nails because I get nails done more often than I do hair. Definitely nails. I prefer them. If you can see them, I'm actually gonna get new ones tomorrow. These are some like these are the ones I've had on for the past like 3 weeks or something, and they're still on. So I have like gel X nails on. If you're a man, you're probably like, I don't give up about this shit. But like, hey, they're cute and adorable. I like nails. That's usually my like favorite thing to get. Um, King Freeman, you threw the bird. LMAO. Yes, I was like, bro, like you threw it. Like that's how you got rid of. Like that's how you like. Did you know what I'm saying? Lexi Gray, have you had any positive experience with pedicures? I'm super stressed because as a student, I need to receive them, and I'm scared I'll kick someone when the scrubber comes. um, and then Hannah said, "Your nails are so cute. Thank you, thank you. I'm happy you like them. I thought they were super cute as well. I got to come up with equally good nails for tomorrow, and I got to send her the style that I want to do. But like." I've had good experiences with pedicures. Some people are better at pedicures than others because some people put more, like the older people have, what I've noticed, have like put more of their back into like scrubbing your feet because you're gonna say, like, why do they need to scrub your feet so hard? And I'll be like, because number one, I don't get pedicures done that often. Number two, I live in Alabama. And when I was young, I used to walk around barefooted all the time. I walked around barefooted pretty much everywhere. They used to have signs up when I was younger that would be like, hey, cannot enter without shoes. Because that's the place I live in. And a lot of people just didn't wear shoes. So I didn't wear shoes a lot when I was younger. So like my feet are a little not going to be a foot model anytime soon basically. I don't think the foot fetish foot modeling thing is it's for me. I will not succeed at that is what I'm trying to say. um yeah, don't worry about the scrubber. You'll be good. It's kind of ticklish, but you'll be fine. King Freeman. Oh, hello. What is that? Princess Gaming. Hello. Hi, how are you? Nice to see you. King Freeman. I got to go to sleep, but I'll tune in next time you're live. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, next time we go live, it'll probably be Sunday and it'll be with like the whole crew. And we'll be playing Fortnite. So hopefully you like Fortnite or hopefully you like just sticking around and listen to our like commentary because I think we're humorous. We're humorous when we're all together. Lexi Gray 91. Well, I'm super ticklish. It's like my kryptonite, so not sure how I'll react. Ha ha ha. I can't even give myself a petty because my foot twitches bad. And if I get an itch on the bottom of my foot, it's game over. It's just my life now because it's not getting scratched. That hurts. That hurts. I like if your foot twitches and stuff, maybe the more pedicures you get, the less ticklish you'll be with your feet. Maybe. Maybe just an option, just a thought. It may happen. Hannah, ooh, have fun with that. Thank you. Thank you. I'm gonna try and figure out a good design so that they'll be cute next time. Cause I had a customer who was like, "Oh, your whole outfit is matching." I wasn't even trying when she said that. I had a black shirt, beige pants, and like a like gold and black belt on, and it definitely matched my nails. And so I was like, look at me matching all together. But for instance, you say like your feet are super ticklish, Lexi. My head used to be the most sensitive in the world. When I was a kid, my mother, I used to get kicked out of so many hair salons because like my natural hair is like very coarse and thick. It's thick. Or like it was when I was a kid. And as soon as somebody gets to like pulling and like moving the strands apart, I would scream bloody murder. Like there's a picture of me as a kid being like, as my mother's trying to do my hair, like I just could not live with it. But like over time, I guess like I got used to it and I don't like hurt as much as anymore. And so like I'm more normal about it than I used to be. So there's that. So like, maybe you'll get used to it at least. All right, girl, are you not ticklish? I need that superpower in my life. No, I'm ticklish. I'm definitely ticklish. But like I'll let them know if they're like tickling the wrong spot. You know what I mean? Because like there's certain spots that I'm ticklish in, and then there's certain spots I'm not like super ticklish in. So I'll be like, ooh, not that, not that. Let's not do that. Let's not go to that spot. I'm ticklish, but I like try and like divert them to other directions. I be like, no, let's move on to another part of the foot or another part of the whatever is making me like super ticklish and stuff. And that usually works. So that's a good thing. Valiana, your mic sounds so good. Where'd you get it from or what is it if you don't mind? Does it sound good? Oh my God, we usually have the worst mic issues over here. I have a Blue Yeti. That's the mic I have. Mm, I don't know what type of it came with a little stand. It's probably like your most standard like Blue Yeti mic. It's not the like mini one, but it's like the one above that. That's the type of mic I have. If it sounds really good, thank you for letting me know because like we be having all the technical difficulties on here. At one point I thought about naming this stream like Eternal Echo. We could not get rid of an echo that was on this channel. So I was like, oh, Eternal Echo for sure. I think we've had this channel, the Twitch channel, for like going on 3 years in like December or was it November? I think that's when I started. And I was like, forget it. We're doing a Twitch channel and that's what we're gonna do. Um, okay. I think I've read everything up to place. Yeah, so I wonder, I don't know if anybody would be interested. Once upon a time, we did like an affiliate stream where we did like Mario Party and had people over to like my apartment and we were like everybody who's been like on this channel throughout the year and stuff. Because it's not just me, it's me and like two people that are super regular, one person that's semi regular, but we also play with like friends. Like I say friends, but we also play with like followers of the channel. And we also play with like people who are sometimes on as well. So like I don't know if people would be down for that type of thing. Something that happens here in Alabama, there's this bar called Pilcrow, and I really like it because they have this like Halloween theme, and it's like they have a drink that's called like not afraid of a no ghost or something. It's so good. I love that drink. I love a good cocktail. Like this is just me pouring it up right now, but like I love a good cocktail. Um, it's something that I like. I've bought like bar materials and stuff for myself. So like I always have to have like lemons or limes on hand and like simple syrup, grenadine, etc., cinnamon, etc. And like I love a good like drink and stuff. So that's really fun for me. I'm excited to once again go to Miami and everything, see what their drinks are like. From so far from what I'm seeing, their drinks are not like the best and their food's not the best. And it's really just more about like the one of a kind experience that you're going there for. So I'm like down for it. It's definitely a change of pace from Alabama. I come from Alabama with a banjo on my knee. So it's definitely like a different pace for that. So I'm always on board. I like to see what like different stuff in the country is. I still need to get my passport so that I can go to like, excuse me, so I can go to like Japan or I can go to like Europe or like Korea, see BTS. I love them. I love them. I love them. I love them. They're sweethearts. And not to mention RM just had that song come out with Megan Thee Stallion and Man, when he popped out with that voice, like if anybody has a parasocial, I have a parasocial relationship with like BTS, and that song with like Arm's voice, Arm's my like biased favorite in the group, and like etc. It's doing things for me. It's doing things for me. We'll just go with that. But yeah, back to my like cocktail extravaganza. I'm excited. There's a couple places opening up in my area, so I have more places to go and like find a good drink because I like a layered cocktail. Like I don't like when people just use like sweet and sour mix or they use triple sec or the basement bottom level stuff. I like a crafted cocktail, which for instance, my favorite like espresso martinis are in New York, which that's not surprising, but like you could go to the most random bar in New York and get a really good espresso martini. And I'm like, your girl is shook. She is floored. I am excited for that. So I'm excited to like figure out like what other places they have and stuff like that. I planned on getting off like 15 minutes ago, but I'm still talking because I can't shut up. Because this is what we're doing tonight. We're up all night for 24 hours, etc., etc. Who needs sleep? Who needs sleep when you have people like us? Probably y'all, not me. That's something I need to work on. I need to get more female friends. I need to get more friends in general, really. Because you'll make friends and they'll move away and they'll go to different towns and all this other stuff. And then you'll like go to work and you're working with people you're just like don't gel with. You know what I'm saying? So like I need to find new friends. How are y'all finding new friends? Because I'm over here on the struggle bus. I just have to say, I'm like literally over here on the struggle bus and I need to figure out how to find new friends. Someone help. I was thinking about getting on like I don't know if Bumble still has this feature where you can like look for a friend like, hey, I'm new to the area, even though I've like pretty much lived here my whole life, but that's not the point. Um, but I need to figure out a way to find new friends. I need to figure out a way to like find people to like hang out with and like stuff so that because I'm one of those people that will go to stuff by myself. Like I don't need somebody else to go with me, but I like, sometimes you like somebody to go with you. It makes things like enjoyable. I definitely feel like men, this is like a random side note. I definitely feel like men have more long lasting friendships than women, and so they'll be like best friends since like first grade type of thing. And then there's women where it's like, oh, we've been best friends for like 3 years. What? And so it's like a whole different vibe and stuff. And like, I wish I could have friends for that long. I feel like so many people come in and out of my life throughout the time that it's like, I can never have those like connections with people and stuff. For instance, my parents are or were foster parents when I was growing up. And so you would have different kids in the house and then they would leave and then it's like it's so weird because you live with this person for so long and then they're just gone. And so I feel like that's the same way that I experience a lot of friendships and stuff is that they'll be there and then they're gone, never to be seen again. And that's just mind boggling if you really think about it. Um, yeah, so I hope nobody else has to I said nobody has to go through that or anything, but like it's just different. It's difficult. I think like Childish Gambino was like a kid to parents who were foster parents type of thing, and like you definitely grow up a little bit differently because then you find people who have completely different backgrounds than you and stuff, and they have different things they're being interested in and exposed to, etc. And so like it's always like a fun little thing for you to like learn what other people are into. All right, I think that's probably the last one. I maybe have one more little sip in there. I think we have probably about 11 more minutes before I probably need to force myself to go to bed. Before I actually need to force myself to go to bed instead of being up all this time. I'm almost knocked out. I'm almost like, yeah. fucking sleep. Momo's my cat, by the way. So if anybody was wondering, that's what she does. She goes to sleep. And she found a lizard the other day. Let me just point that out. I was so proud of her. I was looking at her and I was like, why is she like burrowing under the couch? Did I say that right? Burrowing under the couch. And I was like, what is she doing? Why is she under there? And then she comes out and it's a lizard. There is a lizard with her. And I was like, okay, never doubting you again. You get tuna for this. Good job. Good girl. Oh my God. I'm so proud of you. So for any of those people who are like, no, I'm not gonna get a cat. I'm like, cat supremacy. If you ask me, cat supremacy. Cats forever, babes. Cats forever. If y'all ever watch like It's Keisha on like YouTube, I love it. I love watching her like gossip channel and stuff. I like watching other people's like drama that doesn't involve me. That doesn't involve me because I don't want to be a part of drama. I'm just like, it's too much of a headache. I've been in like living situations where I lived with like three other girls, and like it's been contentious in the household, and I'm not. Uh, I'm so done with that type of thing. But maybe some people feeling it, but like I'm just not in the mood for that type of thing. Gage Rogers, what's up, brother? Emily Baddest, would you? What would you do if she was hungry, but he said yes would go? What does that mean? If she was hungry, but he said yes would go. Who is she? And who's hungry? And who's going where? Are you talking about if my like boyfriend or something was like if she was hungry but he said yes, would you go? If some girl was hungry and like my boyfriend or whatever escorted her to like lunch, like brunch or like early morning breakfast or something, that crap just sort of depends. It depends. It depends. I feel like a lot of stuff is circumstantial. Period. And yes. Okay. Okay, girl. I say it depends though. So like if it's some girl that I like know really well, like Caitlyn, for instance, who's on this channel, I'd be like, I don't give a I could care less. I could care less what the two of y'all are doing. Or like somebody else that I know really, really well, I'd be like, I don't care. However, it's just some random girl, I'd be like, what in the world are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Why do you think this is okay? Like I would definitely feel some type of way differently if he was I definitely feel some type of way differently if he was with some random girl and was like, if she was like, "Oh, catch breakfast with me." Mm. I'm like, "No, no, what are you doing? That's ridiculous." Even though I don't find myself to be that much of a like jealous person. I just like transparency and honesty. So like I don't know. Like if you like telling me the situation is some sort of situation for why you need to be with some random girl to get breakfast, I might be understanding about it. Just depends on like what the circumstance was for that type of thing. Um, from what I've heard, I feel like I'm very like level headed at least and stuff, and I have like realistic expectations when it comes to relationships, and not some sort of like crazy idea about anything like that. So I feel like I'm pretty grounded and I'm pretty on board with like standard stuff. Standard stuff. Because some people are not. Some people are a little bit different than I, and they are not grounded, and they have these like really unrealistic realistic expectations of their partners. For instance, for me, I sort of expect for instance, for financials, I expect my partner to like be matching sort of what I'm doing, not necessarily blowing me out of the water because I work hard and I feel like I make a decent amount of money. So like I just expect them to like do the same. It's not from this social media thing because I basically make no money from this. I make $25 a year. from like the social media thing currently. So it's not that, but like my regular 9 to 5 job, etc. I feel like I have a very realistic expectations things for like what I expect my partner to be like bringing to the table and stuff. Like I just expect you to be matching my income because I'm not trying to support you. Basically, that's basically what it is. And so I feel like that's a reasonable standpoint to come from, right? Like nobody else, nobody else feels that way. That you would want your partner to come from like a, a similar outlook on life, similar ambition, similar like we're gonna Beyonce and Jay-Z this crap. You know what I mean? That's sort of what I expect. Going forward with that type of thing. And I'm trying to think what. Oh, so I feel like the last episode of One Piece left off on something like a cliffhanger and things like that, but I think it's coming back. I really do. So that'll be good. Sorry, I'm like developing mucus in my nostrils right now, so if I sound funny, I'm so sorry. It happens like that for me. But yeah, the only positive is that I've been like doing really good with my 9 to 5. Look at me, and look at me. 9 to 5 girly. Who would have thunk it? Honestly, when I was younger, I thought all you needed was like 50K to live a comfortable life. If that doesn't tell you how da 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 cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs that I am, I don't know what is. Because then as soon as you get like, as soon as you like leave college, you're like, oh shit, this shit is expensive. It's too expensive. Even where I live in Alabama, the like apartment I live in is like a 2 bedroom, right? And like it was like that type of thing would be like $800 back in the day, and now it's like 1300 dollars. And I'm just like, why are we doing this now? Given I'm like not that, you know, I'm in a good spot, we'll go with that, but it's still like ridiculous if you ask me. So it is what it is. All right, guys, we have like three, yeah, 3 more minutes, 3 more minutes before I get off. If you have any questions, ideas, etc., like that you'd like us to like stream or something going forward, feel free to enter that into the chat now so that I can see it. Because what's so interesting, a lot of people will inbox us on like Twitch, for instance, and then they won't have their like replies turned on where you can like reply back to them. And then I'm just like, you sent me a message, but I can't even reply to you. That hurts. Just based on like um the what am I trying to say? We can't message you back based on like technical requirements and stuff. Is that what I was trying to? Yeah, something like that. Like you don't have your replies on, so I can't respond to you in any type of meaningful way. But we're beyond that now. Um, if you really want to chat to us, I say the best, easiest way to do that is like go to our Instagram at gaming_the number 4 dummies. And whichever platform you're on, feel free to like, subscribe, etc. I guess some people don't like that. As soon as I say like, subscribe, etc., people be duping out this channel, etc. So like for the longest, this channel had like bots. Like somebody had like follow botted me. And I didn't know what it was at the time when like it happened or whatever. And I just figured out how to get rid of them. So I'm happy. I'm like done with the bots at this point. So I can just like straight up block people and not have to worry about certain things. Like whether it was like an actual user or not an actual user, etc., etc., etc. But all right, we're in the last minute. I hope you like if y'all have a question, please ask. Luke Harden said no. What do you mean by no? No what? No to what? What are you saying no to? I probably read that super late. You probably said it on like a timely manner, and I'm just like the dimwit who didn't see it. It's okay. I miss a lot of things. It's part of my like MO, if you will. It's like what you sign up for when you get a dose of Jasmine. I can tell you what I'm probably about to do as soon as I get off here. I'm about to enjoy and treat myself to adult entertainment. Wouldn't that be great if I was on stream and then I had some like some booty lady in the corner over here with me. We'll say some booty lady because I'm not trying to offend nobody, and you never know who's gonna get offended about certain things. But all right, guys, that is it for the late night extravaganza. I've been up for what time is it now? 3:57. I've been up for almost 24 hours. It'll be 24 hours at 4:50. That's like 50 minutes from now. So we are close to that being done for. And I had a lot of fun with you guys. I hope you enjoyed like me, Mario, and Caitlin being on with you and everything. And also just chatting with me, your host, Jasmine, the supreme empress ruler of the world. I promise you, if I keep saying it, it'll stick. I just know it. It's definitely gonna stick. But yeah, in terms of that, thank you for being so gracious, having us on and chatting with us. I'm thinking about starting something with my sister. If I do, I will let you guys know so that you can check us out where we're at over there. And that's it. That's all I have for tonight. And bye bye.